What's up, everybody? This is the Jungle Boys TV. You're watching it on our special 9/11 edition. I'm your host, Silverback Seth Petruzelli. To my immediate right is Sako.
Hey, guys.
To my immediate left is Ben.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Behind all the wires and gadgets is Slowmar. Oh, he can't talk.
Yeah, fuck him.
We're so low budget that one of our actually expensive mics took a shit.
It was too good is the problem.
It's too good. The
fucking
mic,
good.
Our mic is too damn good. We had to get rid of it. That's how good it was.
So if anyone wants to hit us up on Facebook, we have a mic for sale.
Yes, it's actually a really good mic. That thing cost like a few $100 at the store at St. Ash. We saw it,
and it picks up everything.
Yeah, it picks up everything. That's why we couldn't use it because it just echoed. It sounded like shit in here. But I digress. Anyway, back from a long weekend. Ben and I actually were in Los Angeles.
Yes, we were for 5 days, 4 days?
For 5 days,
yes.
And I stand by my my feeling about Los Angeles.
Ditto.
This is my third time there, and I hated it even worse this time.
It's just a cesspool.
I can't stand it, man. It's just dirt. It's a city like every other city. There's tons of shit to do, but it's just dirty. It's run down. The people there are just
tools.
Tools and just not ugly, but just ugh. They have a smell of sulfur on them.
It's the smog, Seth.
It's disgusting.
That's why every morning when you wake up, there's yellow skies.
If L.A. was worth a shit, Kurt Russell wouldn't have tried to escape it in the 80s.
Very true. I mean, maybe like San Diego and San Francisco and all that's different, but downtown Los Angeles and like in Hollywood, it's just dirty.
It's scummy. It's like the perfect. It epitomizes the term Skid Row. Like
and like
I hear they're classy in San Diego.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Everyone in downtown LA, there were some classy people, but it was few and far between because the women there, all about sixes, maybe a 7 here or there, maybe, and just it was sunny all the time and the weather was nice, but it didn't help the ambiance of the people and the buildings and just everything about it.
One of the funnier things I thought is when we went to Venice Beach for the day. We had a little bit of downtime between Seth's press conferences and weigh-ins, and
dude, I don't even know. I can't even describe to the people at home that if they've never been to Venice Beach, what type of circus act is there?
A scumbag that just does too much drugs and goes there to drop out of life.
Dude,
when we were there, it's funny. I went there 15 years ago as a police officer to do narcotics buys. And it is exactly the fucking same.
Sako.
Same fucking people.
Yeah. Imagine, all the bums in downtown Orlando that we have. Imagine them wearing nothing but like bikinis, and carrying an old 89 1990 boombox on their shoulder on roller skates.
There was guys
there that's what it was like.
Really?
There's hundreds of those type of people.
It's like they must have their life peaked in like 84 when they were like working out at Muscle Beach. And they just never got out of that phase. So now they're like these leathery, old, saggy, former bodybuilder nut bars.
Yeah, dude, just out of their minds, just ridiculous. One guy was carrying a Matterhorn. What are those things? A horn?
Oh, yeah, the big Matterhorn.
A big Matterhorn
ram's
thing,
horn.
A ram's horn that he was drinking out of. But then he was wearing like some lacy, weird shit. He was kind of muscular, but you could tell he had like crack burn marks all over his face. Dude. But there was hundreds of them. They're everywhere.
Well, hello.
They're everywhere. We got Slowmar maneuvering around us right now. We're probably having some more technical difficulties going around here. But anyway, I was there for my fight, and I don't really want to get too in depth about it. That's much better, actually. Sounds much better.
Yeah. See, it wasn't my fault all this time.
Now you can't hear you now, but
no,
can't hear Ben.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Okay. Anyway, I was there
back
for
to
my
business.
Yeah, back to business. I was there for my K1 fight. Came out on the bad end of an ass beating, I guess I could say. I severely underestimated this guy that I fought. He was 6'8", about 245.
He was 6'9",
or whatever. He was a big guy. And for me, I know this isn't an MMA podcast, but we rarely talk about fighting and stuff like that. I just wanted to give a quick synopsis, I guess, of how it went. And he was big. I severely underestimated his size. I always fought bigger, stronger guys. I mean, Sako knows he's seen me do it. So has Ben. Everyone, Slowmar, seen me fight bigger guys, and that's kind of like my thing. I made my career off of beating bigger, stronger guys, but this
That's the
this one-
Phantom of the Studio.
That's probably my cell phone actually that's still plugged in, possibly. Anyway, it just didn't go my way. I didn't have a very good showing. Underestimated his reach tremendously. And
you know what I was
lost in the
thinking
second
about
round.
that in hindsight? The biggest guy we got to train with you was Corey Krebs, about 6'6", 6'7", and he was a fuck of a lot bigger than Corey Krebs.
Yeah, he was bigger than Corey. He was thicker and longer and wider than
It's
Corey.
not like there's a lot of 6'9" guys walking around anyways.
Yeah, true. So, I don't know. At this point in my career, guys, I just don't know what I'm looking to do. I'm still signed for the Bellator Light Heavyweight Tournament, but I'm taking things day by day with my career right now. I just don't know what the future holds for me. If I do fight in the Bellator Light Heavyweight Tournament, it'll be my retirement fights. It'll either be if I win the belt, I'll retire with it. If I lose the first round, I'll retire. So whatever happens in that tournament, I think is going to be my final hurrah, I believe.
That's tough.
Yeah. Well, speaking of tragedies, today, as you all know, since you've been crying all day because the news makes you feel bad, it's 9/11. Can we all take a minute and shed a tear for the fallen? It's what is this, the 11th anniversary?
What year is it? 2012?
Yeah, it's the 11th anniversary.
Yeah, 11th anniversary.
Yeah.
Man. Well, I know when it first happened, I was actually at a beach in New Smyrna Beach. I was 21. I was getting hammered drunk, and it was the first thing in the morning. So I woke up. I had a hangover, and I was trying to bang my girlfriend. And the TV was on as I was trying to bang her. And all of a sudden, she like we're making out, and she stops and she looks at the TV. She's like, "Oh my God!" And I turned to look, and I guess the depth of what was happening at the time didn't sink in because I was trying to get laid. So I was like, "Oh man, I can't believe that!" And then immediately went back to making out with her and trying to bang her. I know it's so sad, but then she got so pissed at me for trying to still have sex with her when this was
You
happening.
didn't understand the severity
Yeah,
of
but
it
when
just
you-
watching the TV.
But when you have a boner, that kind of takes precedence over everything else that's happening.
Yeah, I guess, but it was just like, and then when the second one hit, I kind of tuned in a little bit more, but I still was like trying to grab her, and I remember we're both sitting there watching TV, and I'm still like feeling her boobs, which was really weird because I'm watching this disgusting, horrible tragedy happen, and I'm still trying to bang my girlfriend, but needless to say, I never ended up banging her, and she got extremely pissed because I kept trying, and the whole rest of the vacation, like we got there the day before. And we had like 3 more days at the beach house, and it was just ruined.
This is the 11th anniversary of you striking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struck out pretty bad.
I mean, does it count if you wake up by yourself and you don't even have anyone to try and hook up with? Is that also striking out on 9/11?
That's striking out in life.
No, because he was actually making an effort to score. So
true.
where were you, Sacco?
Where were you?
I was actually in Gainesville. I think I was 20 years old. I had just gotten to sleep actually because I used to work at night and then would go hang out afterwards. So I was asleep maybe for like 2 hours, and then my mom actually called me and said that the country is under attack, and I hung up on her, and then I went and watched TV, and I watched the news, and I knew that classes were canceled, so I just watched TV until I fell asleep.
Wait, you hung up on her, meaning like she said that you hung up and like
No,
we're
I
all
was just like
into it, and then you went to the news?
No, she started with her like, I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember hanging up.
Hide, take cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let any bad guy attack you.
Something like that.
Get
yeah.
a gun.
Yeah.
Be careful. Call me.
Yeah. No, it was like I don't even remember the conversation because I was just like, just wait. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my mom is Jewish, I guess.
Well, maybe
In
we'll
this-
I was trying to do an old Italian lady.
yeah,
Is that
in this
not good?
in this scenario. No, I just remember. I can't remember because I was like, "What the fuck are you?" Like, my first thought was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Fine, I'll go watch the news.
You crazy lady.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Like,
about?
you just woke me up. Like, unless there's a fucking Nazi trying to stab me in the back with a bayonet, I don't give a shit. And then I watched, and I was like completely shocked, like everyone else.
Yeah. What about you, dude?
I was I'd just been hired. I was waiting to go to the academy in Toronto.
He turned 35 that year.
Oh, so you weren't even
Shut up.
you weren't even an American, so you didn't give a shit.
I know I was here in the States, and I was leaving for the academy, and about a week after that, I just left the police department because I'd been hired up north, and I was in the process of packing and moving. I woke up one morning and saw it, and I immediately drove over to my friend's house because he's like a news junkie, and I remember driving by the San Jose airport, and every single plane was on the ground, and there wasn't a single other car out on the road at all, and it was really fucking strange.
When it happened, it was the only appropriate time to be racist for like 2 or 3 days after
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
You noticed that? The stereotypes were okay right after that.
Yeah, well, a lot of those people got their butts kicked, just looking Middle Eastern, wandering around,
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Did
about time.
you portray any of that racism when you were like first got to the academy, since you were just going to that and that just happened? Were you
No,
like-
because
were
in
you
Canada
looking
it's
under
basically a fucking crime to be racist. Like, you can't even tell a racist joke without getting in deep shit up there, so...
Yeah. So you can't search their turbans or anything like that? That was illegal to do?
No, like, that's still profiling. I mean, it's a knee-jerk reaction that I still to this day think that they should be able to profile in that instance because, you don't see a whole lot of Anglo-Saxon suicide bombers or, I think it's okay to profile.
No, that's true.
but-
I go by statistics. What statistically who kills people more, who bombs people more.
And not to mention I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the news, but the fucking Taliban just decapitated 17 people in Afghanistan for dancing.
Really?
If we can't even profile these people, then we
like
fucking lost.
Middle Eastern footloose.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, it's fucking head loose.
You know what I just read too on a Facebook post? The new in thing now with Muslims over there is a new rich sport is camel sacrifice now, live camel sacrifice.
Really?
That's the new in thing to do now. Instead of like killing chickens or whatever else those fucking
You want to hear
people
something
kill,
fucked up?
They
Yes.
strap a
Yes, I
live
do.
camel. Wait, they strap a live camel to a brick and they just knife it in its throat.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking
Okay,
sick.
I'm kind of going along those lines. I don't know if you know what the national sport of Afghanistan is.
I think
Anybody?
you got to run
No.
horse and and
No.
the chicken's tied upside down. You have
No.
to grab its head as you run on the horse.
No, it's called Buzkazi, and it's like polo, on horses, but
Yeah.
it's played with a fucking dead goat.
Really?
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah, it's called Buzkazi. If you
What?
look it up
Like-
online, it's fucking unbelievable. They're just Bush. I think it's BU. Just type in Afghanistan sport BUZHKAZE or something. Buzkazi.
How back-ass backwards are
Yeah.
people, man?
Like,
I swear to
here we
God.
play with a ball. There they play with a dead fucking goat.
Well, let's all. I don't know if this girl is still alive, but also a couple weeks ago, there was a girl who was a little girl who was accused of blasphemy for burning a Quran,
Yeah,
but
I read that
she
too.
had like Down syndrome or something. Dear Afghanis, go fuck yourself, all of you. I don't care. I'll be racist right now. You're a fucking bunch of dirtbags.
A friend of mine that I was law enforcement with up north, he was from Afghanistan. He was there till he was about 14, and he was there living under the Taliban regime. Him and his family moved here. He was a really good guy. But yeah, he said over there, like when it was under the Taliban, it was just like no music allowed, just fucking. They're too serious, man.
Absolute
Those people
zero
need to lighten
sense
the
of humor.
fuck up.
Zero sense of humor.
Oh,
So as far as us, I mean, we're hitting on them hard right now because they're the ones who knocked down our towers, which is why we have 9/11. But what do you think of all as far as like the conspiracies saying that it was an inside job and there's no way that the fucking gasoline could have burned that hot to melt the iron or whatever the steel structure to make it tumble like that?
Most of those conspiracy things I think are bullshit. However, the one that is intriguing is the Pentagon one.
just because there's
The evidence I've seen on that one is like that's.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge conspiracy buff, but the evidence I've seen on that has made me go.
So if the Pentagon one you think is, I mean, what would be the only one that you think was inside? Why wouldn't they all be inside?
Because thousands of Americans saw the planes hit the fucking Twin Towers. The Pentagon, like the video, like it's a fucking missile that hits it, not a fucking plane. And the size of the hole is not the size of an airplane hole. It's crazy.
Well, I think.
Are you watching Bush?
Are you watching it? So Slowmar is over there watching the sport of these fucking people. It means goat dragging.
Bush,
It's translated to goat dragging. That's appropriate.
Literally just playing polo. They kind of lean off the horse, grab the thing, and then
Oh my god, it's so horrible. Maybe we'll insert a clip if there's a way to do that. We'll insert it.
Let's throw a
insert a
clip on the
clip.
Jungle Boys Facebook page.
Yeah.
No, we're inserting in our in the actual video for us right now.
Oh, okay. Well, giddy up.
Fucking idiots, man. God, that pisses me off. There's no respect for any sort of life.
No.
I swear to God.
You know what's one thing that's strange too about since 9/11? I know it might be a cliche, but I mean, like literally, since 9/11, like literally nothing is fucking shocking. Like
Nothing.
Columbine, that kind of put people towards the edge. And
Oh
then
no!
once-
that's shocking.
9/11 happened.
When it's our own people doing something, that's shocking me. Like our own homegrown people that get brainwashed into that religious bullshit. That is shocking to me. How can you be that
I'm
stupid?
saying 9/11 was shocking. I'm saying nothing since then shocks you. Like, there's
gotcha.
things that you can say that's terrible, but nothing is like, oh, my God. Like, 9/11 was the be-all, end-all of, like, holy fuck.
Yeah, 9/11 times 1,000.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, since then, like, what shocks you? Nothing besides the 2 girls in a cup or some shit. I don't know.
That's hot. That's not. I thought it was hot.
I guess Bush because he's shocking.
Yeah, Bush. That's fucking.
I don't. Every time I hear a religious person doing something ridiculous like decapitating 17 people for having fun, I want to know why people are so afraid to actually stand up and say, "Hey, you know what? I know that this is like we're living in a PC world, but can we fucking shake this bullshit off and just say what it is?"
Yeah.
Like, I find that shocking.
I do find that shocking. I don't know why people don't call that out more. We won't get into a religious podcast right now, but religion has this safety guard around it where everyone has to be super, super tiptoe, around ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Even killing people, even the pedophile stuff with. I really don't want to get into that with the Catholic Church and the pedophile cover up and all that sort of stuff. But when I was talking, I know we're gonna.
That'll be our 3-hour special, 10th episode.
Yeah. It's a dismal thing, 9/11. But I heard on the radio this morning they're talking about appropriate times to make fun of things, and I know like. When it's something little where there's no injury, like, say, Slowmar in his fat ass tries to sit in a chair and falls off.
Or breaks it.
The appropriate time, I looked it up, the appropriate time that you can make fun of, is the very next day. You're not supposed to make fun of somebody right away. It's the next day. And I looked up for 9/11, and something huge and tragic where thousands of people die. Guess how long it
a month?
said. Okay, you say a month, really?
I don't know.
Too soon.
You're making me...
I would say until... the people who lost their family members have kind of moved on.
Oh, well, when he moved on,
what's the timeline?
When they've gotten into a habit of not having that person around.
Oh, well, 5 years was the time that it gave.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
5
that
years.
fucking almost ruined Bill Maher's career right off the bat.
Yeah.
He made some kind of... He didn't even make a joke. He just said, those are some determined fucking people flying those planes. And they're like, oh, it's too soon, Bill.
No,
and he lost his show immediately.
I think what he did was he said they're not cowards for flying the plane into the building. It's cowardly to shoot Tomahawk missiles from a fucking warship.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I think that's what he said. And you know what? It's not cowardly. I'm sorry that we have fucking science and technology that we don't have to fucking get on the back of a camel like Lawrence of Arabia and sword fight.
Goat fight,
yeah, or fight over a goat.
I don't know. It's to me, I try to find humor in everything, and I'd be one of the ones that are always too soon about stuff. But even if I've had people that I knew pass away, and in order for me to get over things, I have to make lighthearted jokes about it. I mean, that's how I personally get over things. I know that's not how everyone does, but I think that helps joking about it and putting it out there. And
that's also how people in like more morbid professions deal with it. Like morticians are supposed to be just sick weirdos, and police officers make jokes about people getting injured. I mean, it's just how you deal with shock.
I will say this though: I have a joke for almost everything, but I've never said anything funny about 9/11. I don't think.
No, but you did laugh at my.
I did, yes, because I thought it was funny. Yeah.
What Seth's story about trying to get?
No, I saw a picture of the two towers hugging each other, and then under it, the caption it says, "I fell for you."
Oh.
Or no, what did you say? Is one tower said to tower 1 said to tower 2 or something? Like that?
I fell for you.
It's too soon, Seth.
It's not though. It's been 11 years, and 5 years is the okay time. So I mean, look, Family Guy has been making fun of that for
they really have.
Yes, they have.
They've made more 9/11 jokes than I've.
When Lois ran for mayor,
just
9/11.
There's just tons of them. There's just tons of jokes.
Well, it's true though that Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, correct?
And that and Jackie Chan was supposed to be filming on the very top of the building, and he didn't that day for some reason.
Oh.
There's tons of stories. There's tons
because they were told not to.
No, there's tons. There's.
Why
tons
was
of
all the
people.
law enforcement buildings in those buildings empty? The law enforcement offices were empty. Like,
There's all those competing.
Yeah,
theories. I don't know. I think there's truth to everything, but some of the conspiracies. Obviously, I'm not a conspiracy nut, but
here's
it gets
the
out
one
there.
thing to me that seems the most telling is that in order to pull off a conspiracy of that magnitude, you have to involve so many people. You're telling me that not one person has let one thing slip?
Yeah, that's what I feel too.
Yeah,
that is that type of conspiracy, that type of planning is so in depth. You're right.
Yeah.
There's literally hundreds of people
That have
that
to be
have been
involved.
on it.
Yeah.
And for not one of them people to slip up or tell somebody
Yeah.
something, and
I mean,
and that
to
to
play
come out.
devil's advocate, the government basically has unlimited resources, but I agree with you guys. There's always one person that's, can't be counted on to keep their yap shut or whatever.
So
Not to mention that at the time, everything else they did, they tried to fuck. They all the other conspiracies came out when Cheney what was it with the New York Times? Was it he what's her name? The spy who he kind of narked on.
lost me. I don't know what the hell's going
Yeah,
on.
there's a
clueless.
the New York Times scandal where they outed a spy. They released their name.
Right.
And that that was not supposed to happen. They wasn't supposed to be linked back to Cheney, but it was.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know where to go with it. There's some of our friends are actually super into the conspiracies
Yeah,
and stuff like
some of
that. That
Even if you have like semi-legit sounding information, like the way it's positioned is that no matter what, if you start talking about conspiracies, you look like a nut. No matter how legit, whatever statistical information you have, and I have photographic evidence, you're still going to be the fucking nut waving that around.
I mean, we're not. I'm not saying be a sheep and believe everything that you hear. I want. Trust me, I'm the opposite of that. I want you to read, research, learn by yourself, find the evidence for whatever someone is saying, and believe, and make a judgment call. But I mean, there's just.
Some of them are fun to believe. Like I'd like to believe some of them just because it's intriguing. But
like the ancient alien theory, I think that's fun to believe, and I think that would be that's a cool, that's a really cool theory. But is there any evidence for it? Not really,
not even a fucking shred.
But is it cool to think something like that? Like
the inferences they've gotten are cool.
The problem with me, that I have with that though, is the pseudoscience. They're trying to present.
What are you talking about? Cryptozoology and shit.
Yeah, that's to me is if you're gonna. Don't try to pass it off
as
as
real science. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, that I don't like.
Well, back to the 9/11 thing. After that all happened, did you guys feel like were you scared to travel at all after that?
No.
Or did you believe in all that?
I was a week away from taking an airplane to Toronto to start the academy, so it did cross my mind. Yes.
Not even one thing changed for me. Nothing.
Wait, you don't like to fly as is, so I would hate to see what would have happened if you had to get on a fucking plane.
Yeah,
man.
me and Sako both despise flying.
Hate it
we're
with a
both
fucking passion.
we're both scared to death of it. I hate it.
Yeah.
One, because it's all I know how humans are, and I know about human error, and I know people are fucking lazy and clumsy and fuck things up all the time. So to get on a jet where there has to be multiple inspections on the damn thing to make sure that everything's okay, running smooth, everything's okay, there's not a screw hanging out somewhere. For me to trust that fucking guy that has a little orange thingy on
some
him.
fucking grease monkey.
But the liability is so much higher. Like those people are hired at a higher standard, and their work quality is held to a higher standard because of the
so we're pro
sheer
athletes, and we
liability.
go out and get bombed all the time. You're telling me that guy couldn't have just went and got wasted the night before, came to work, and just missed something and.
Well, hopefully they have a series of checks and balances. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's kind of what I'm talking about.
redundancy,
Just the sheer volume of liability that that leaving that screw unscrewed would leave to.
Yeah, but I mean that's what scares me about the damn thing. I mean, one, the turbulence while we're up there, I hate because it scares the death out of me. But I've been getting over that slowly. It's more now. Did everyone make sure that thing is operational and running smooth
Well,
before
for what
we
it's
took off?
worth, Seth, on our flights to and from LA, I'm very proud of you. You traveled very well.
Yeah, I did. I have a nice little Xanax, 3 milligrams.
He slept
Xanax
like this with his head pressed against the fucking the seat in front of him.
Yeah, well, I need to
Hey,
take
it
some
worked.
Xanax. To
I
do
don't
it.
understand how the magic keeps the plane in the air.
Oh, it's God's will.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
The magic.
yeah. It's the magic. Yeah. The magic that makes that thing fly.
Yeah, it is incredible when you think about it, man. Honestly, that giant thing getting off the ground.
Okay, it's a giant metal death dragon, which some wizard makes fly somehow.
So the wizard is the one that you want to make sure he didn't drink the night before.
Exactly.
Okay. Noted.
But since we're talking about planes, and I guess we don't necessarily have to, use the plane as a method of transportation.
It's the safest.
Let's get.
Are you masturbating in the damn speaker thing? It's all here's.
Let's wait. Is it safer?
Really?
Is it safer than traveling by boat?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. You know how many Titanics happen a year?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know either. Actually.
All right.
Hey,
Well,
Slowmar, type in safest way boat or plane.
What's safer?
I'm pretty sure.
boat or
I
air travel?
guarantee air travel's safer.
Well,
just
yeah,
'cause
because
the
there are no
numbers.
air pirates, so there's that.
Air pirates.
No, I don't think it's that. I think
Yeah,
it's the
Flash
seas.
Gordon.
The seas,
Shit, the hawk people come flying along.
Yeah.
the seas are dangerous. I would rather take a boat anywhere than be on a plane.
Me too.
Well,
Well,
I
if
don't know
you-
if you guys know this, but while we were waiting for our return flight from L.A. to Orlando, Seth thought it'd be a good idea. Maybe we could rent a car and drive back.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous. Like right before we get on, I always think of any way
would've done
possible
it, though,
to
man.
like,
That would
get
have
on
been a
the
cool
plane.
not
road
to get on
trip.
the plane. So I was like fucking crunching numbers. Like, okay, if we let's rent a car.
It was
Let's rent a
almost
car
worth it.
and let's do a cross country trip. So we look up how much it is, and he looks. Ben calls and they say $50 a day. And we're like, $50 a day. It'll
Fuck
take us about
yes.
3 days to get back. $150.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Done. And then they're like, no, there's a $500 drop off fee in Orlando. I'm like, fuck.
And all these little fees and taxes ended up like $800.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
without the
that.
gas.
So I was like, my life, $800.
Yeah, fuck that.
What do we got, Slowmar?
Airplanes, statistically speaking, are the safest way.
Yeah, airplanes.
There you go.
Safest.
Okay.
What about boat or?
But like what? Okay, let's say one flight versus one boat ride. Because obviously there are going to be more planes in the air than there are boats on the ocean.
No
I
way,
think.
because you got freighters, you got cargo ships, you got all sorts
No,
of shit.
I know that almost all cargo comes via boat, but I think that worldwide there are so many flights in the air at a time that they.
Statistically speaking, it is safer to be on a plane than on a boat.
Well, fuck all
And
that.
it's statistically probably safer to be on a plane than in an automobile.
Yeah, but yeah, I know how to drive a car, not a plane. So
Well, everything about flying is
It's fucking
shitty to me.
terrifying.
I love traveling. I hate getting to the destination. I love being in the destination. I hate
Yeah.
going to the damn airport, putting up with the fucking stinky, slow people. I hate the
fucking
turbulence
guy
in
in
the
front
air.
of us.
I hate the anxiety that it gives me. I hate checking on my luggage and all that bullshit. But
Going
once I
through
get
security.
there, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I hate the process with a passion. I think everyone hates the process of traveling, but for me, it's extremely bad just because of my extreme fear.
So
and, I'm already. I'll tell you this. I haven't even been like confirmed to be on the show for Sci-Fi with a couple other friends, but I'm already like nervous about the plane flight if they put us on a plane, and it's not even
they'll put
guaranteed.
you on a plane.
Hope not.
Yeah, so we just flew from Los Angeles back here, and then we have to leave next weekend.
Tuesday.
We're going to Sweden.
We are.
Yeah.
That is going to be hell for me.
You know what? The flight, the
16
airtime is not going to be that bad. It's a 16-hour day, but our airtime is not that long.
If you could go anywhere, where would you go? You think traveling?
You know what? I fucking love Southeast Asia, and if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would go there and never be heard from again.
Okay, you say that, but then every time we're out, you always say, "God, I hate Asian women. They're so ugly to me." God, I never want a fucking Asian woman that's so ugly. So what would you do? Go there and be a damn monk? Or
There's other tourists there, Seth.
so you would bang tourists?
Yeah, but I'm just saying I love.
So why would you love it so much, but you don't love the women? But you
It
don't
doesn't
love
have
the
nothing to do with the
So
women.
you're
I love
saying
the
That's
culture.
a huge part of
It's a beautiful country
of
to be
loving
in.
something.
So you like Asian men, is what you're saying?
No, but seriously, that's a huge part of being in a place that you love. Is the women are a huge part of it, especially if you're single,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I spent 10 months there,
which
and
you're not. But
Well, I mean, I spent like 10 months there, and that I just enjoyed seeing everything. Going to different villages and
don't
everything.
they eat like cockroaches and
And
spiders?
I ate everything there.
and you
When in
like
Rome,
that? That
when
was
in
fun
Rome.
to you? That was cool to you?
I wouldn't eat it all the time, but I did try it. Yes,
Okay, so you don't like their cuisine, you don't like their women.
I love their cuisine.
Pad Thai,
Just
right?
not all
Thai
of it.
food. I
Yeah.
mean those little bugs are like treats, and they're like more for tourists to like trip tourists out. They're not like. It's not like, oh, okay, what's
It's
for
not like
dinner?
a
A bowl of
staple.
rice and a fucking, a big ball of bugs.
Yeah.
So basically, you just love the beach and the trees.
Well, there you have mountains and beach. Like, it's everything. I love it there.
But you can go to California, had mountains and beach.
Not the same. Culturally, it's not the same.
All right, where would you go, Saka?
I think that I would. First of all, it's not just like one destination. I mapped out this cruise a couple years ago, and there's one actually that leaves from Florida, goes down South America, comes up Africa by Morocco, and goes to Italy, and I would like to travel through Italy up to Northern Europe.
Morocco's supposed to be
boating,
fucking
like,
amazing.
so through Mediterranean.
Yeah, through the Mediterranean, like land in Italy, go through Germany and Switzerland, and end
So
up
like a
a
European
cruise?
tour.
right, like a European tour. Yeah,
On a boat?
yes.
You have no desire to do any of the Asian stuff? or
No,
anything
fuck
like
'em.
that? Really?
I mean, I like Asian people and I like their food. They're just too far away.
Is it just because you don't like flying? Like, if flying
Yeah.
wasn't an issue, would you like to go there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What about you?
Ocala, Florida.
Yeah.
That is a spot.
Let me
That's-
guess. You're going
believe it or
back to Japan?
I mean, I would like to. If I could live in Japan and make money, I would do that. Everything about it, like you said, I like the culture. The food I love, except for the quantity of food. If there was more of it per serving, because I'm a fat American,
Yep.
then it would be
Same thing in
amazing.
Thailand, man.
But the sushi, obviously, and the seafood and the healthy food stuff, I love. If I was single, the women, I definitely am into Japanese girls. Although I never had a Japanese girl.
I was thinking of that joke, the joke you're making in L.A. all weekend.
Oh,
about the
dude, there are
Asian
some Asians in L.A. Oh God,
We
it's
like
ridiculous.
small things. Me like cute little.
But I like small everything. But your thing though, the European thing, I would
Yeah.
love to because I'm obviously Italian. So Italy to me would be a destination I would definitely.
Where have you been, both of you?
Me, I've
Yes.
been to. I've been to Brazil, Recife, Brazil. I've been to Ireland. I've been to England. I've been to Japan. Been to Germany. Obviously the Bahamas and everywhere around there because of all the the cruises and stuff like that. All around the U.S.
Yeah.
Never been to. I've been to Canada. I'd like to go to South Africa once. That's a destination.
I would love to go to
Australia,
Uganda.
Australia, and South Africa. I'd like
Yes.
to visit. Those are the two places. But I've been to a lot of places actually from fighting.
Yeah,
traveling
and
a little
especially
bit.
for someone that hates flying, it's
But I can't stand it every
Yeah.
time. It's horrible. No, that's why I have high blood pressure because I travel all the time and I can't stand it.
you're also mildly type A.
Yeah.
Seth, what about you?
My list is pretty short. Mexico and Canada.
Oh, I forgot I've been to Mexico too.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wait, really? That's it?
That's it. I cannot
Like
get on a
US
plane.
states or-
Dude, I passed up on a job opportunity to go teach English in Korea because I could not get on the fucking plane.
Wow.
That's weird.
That's hard, man. You got to just suck it up sometimes.
What's
How did you suck it up and go to Cancun with me?
Because we talked about it so much. We talked about how bad the plane ride was going to be, and we were just going to deal with it.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting there by myself, I will bite the fucking veins out of my arm and go to the hospital instead of getting on a plane.
So you're better off if you went with a friend. It'd be easier for you than if you went by yourself.
Someone
on a
else who
plane.
was afraid.
I got you. You rather go
Someone
with
else
me?
who's afraid.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I need to go with somebody that's not afraid to help me out. Because when I went with you to Cancun,
It was
you were
awful, right?
fucking,
What's
you were
that?
killing me, dude. Because I was feeding off him the whole time. The plane just tilted to turn, and I knew it was just turning because I've been on a lot. And he grabs it and goes, "Whoa, are we
Yeah.
okay? Are we okay? That's normal. That's normal. That's normal, right? Are we okay? Are we okay?" I'm like,
The
"Yes."
fucking
Like,
thing-
Sako, we're okay. And then I told him we're okay. And then I look at my ex-wife. I'm like, "Hey, we're okay, right? That's normal." Right? just to verify, dude.
I saw the fucking ground. Like the plane turned like this, and I saw the fucking ground.
It's called listing.
Yeah.
Now, if say
we
you
were
have a
plummeting.
Now, when we do travel, do you like to? I know you don't travel very much, but I guess Ben, this would be more for you. Are you more into roughing it style, where you live in a maybe camp or something like that, or live in like a hut? Where the fuck the people Thai hut live in, or would you want
Yeah,
to
I
stay,
mean-
or would you want to go stay in a 5-star hotel and spend some money?
I've done both, and I hate camping. I fucking hate camping, but like I have stayed in like shitty little huts in like Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand. It doesn't bother me. I like getting the full
But say
experience.
say you're a millionaire, would you do that?
I'd probably do a bit of both because when I went over there with a lot of money after I cashed out my police retirement, my police pension, I did have that option, and I did both.
Would you do the same, both?
I think I'd probably rough it for a little bit, just like Ben said, to get the full experience. But if I had obviously, if I didn't have to worry about what I was spending, I'd probably stay in a nice hotel, especially if it's like a really famous hotel.
Yeah.
Like
Famous hotel. Yeah.
Yeah.
like the one that Oscar Wilde died in, or like that kind of
That
thing.
type of
Like
thing.
that's what
I'd
interests
say
me.
if I had enough money, I would fucking hire somebody to go do the lay shit. I would stay
Yeah.
in the nicest hotel possible.
Yeah.
I would rent the nicest car possible, the best prostitutes ever.
Yeah.
And I would look at the poor people and laugh. That's what I would do.
See-
I would not want to rough it at all. There's no point to it.
But here's a question. David Carradine was obviously a millionaire, But he couldn't hire a prostitute to help him not die when he was choking.
I don't think it was at that point. I don't think it was about like having someone there with you. I think it was about
you never just
him
choke
doing
yourself
his own
out?
damn thing.
No. See, no, I thought that she was there to make sure that I thought that's what he hired her for.
Oh, I didn't know he had someone with him.
Yeah, it was he had a prostitute who was supposed to like help
Lift him up.
out.
Maybe she
Yeah.
couldn't lift him up. Like,
Yeah.
She didn't
shot
give
the
a
lift
fuck.
up
She
off
just
the-
went through his pockets and
with his
fucked off
pockets,
after
yeah.
he croaked.
Exactly.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
What would be the best women? Like, say we're traveling to anywhere, and not just the place you'd want to go. Where would be the place to go just for women?
Fitness Model Landia.
The fuck is that?
It's a beautiful country
Is
where
it
all
in-
the women look like fitness
All
models.
right.
Is it in Northern Europe?
I don't fucking know.
Scandinavian
I made
countries?
that shit
Probably.
up. Probably, yes. Like we're Sweden where we're going.
Yeah.
Well, Brazil the guys love Brazilian women because their butts. Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
Yeah.
Actually, Brazilian women, and then people like the northern European girls just because of their blonde hair, blue eyes, type
And their huge
thing,
tits.
and their huge boobies.
Statistically, they have the biggest tits on earth.
So is that where you'd like to go just for
Yes.
women?
Yeah.
Okay, and we already know you don't like Asians.
Yes.
So, all right. Well,
Not as people. Let
Nobody-
me
nobody-
clarify that. I
Yeah.
don't not like Asians as people. I'm just not attracted
So no one
their
wants to go to
women.
the Congo just for women?
Grass, the big old lip.
there's the racist stuff. Jesus Christ! All right, we got about 15 minutes
It was
left.
a mere cultural
Let's,
reference, buddy.
Let's go. Let's go to our Dear Fatsos. For everyone that doesn't know what Dear Fatso is, you're going to go to facebook.com/thejungleboystv, and you could submit. Well, make sure you like us on there first.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And then also like our YouTube page because that's where you can see and hear us. And go there and submit a Dear Fatso question. You can either message us or write it right on the wall. Just say Dear Fatso. Ask your question. If you want to remain anonymous, then send it obviously to our inbox and tell us that you want to remain anonymous. We won't tell you who you are, and we'll go from there.
And I'm Fatso, just in case you can't tell. We all can
tell.
I know there's one right off the bat that I have in my head, and it's from Jessica Green, and she's the only person who didn't care to be anonymous. So what she asked was she gave a scenario in which I guess someone told her that he masturbates to her, and she wants to know if that is creepy or not. And
Next topic.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, did she get creeped out by it?
Well, she didn't say, but then she posed the question to us: what would we do in that situation? And
If a girl, that's totally different. If a girl came up to me and said she finger blasted herself thinking of me, I'd fucking feel like the man.
I'd be flattered.
What does
Yeah,
she?
of
What does she
course.
look like? Any chick or like a hot chick?
Any chick.
Any
Well,
chick?
okay, let
Of
me
course,
let
who
me play.
cares?
Let me play
Yeah.
devil's advocate. Kevin Sears
Oh, Big Kev.
calls you and tells you that he jerks off to you. Then how
Oh
do
my
you feel?
god! I bet you he does.
Then how do you feel?
Yeah.
Well, we could ask him.
Hold on.
Kevin, if you listen to this,
Yep.
he's just so everybody knows, he's openly gay guy at our gym, the Jungle MMA and Fitness.
He's Frankenstein without the bolts, and he loves cock, like you would, like you fucking read about.
Jesus Christ. I don't care if
Yeah.
any guy or girl comes up to me and says that they spanked one out or double clicked their mouse to me. I'm happy.
Hey, Seth.
That's flattering.
What about you?
jerk off to you. Me?
Yeah.
An attractive chick, probably. One who looks like me with longer hair and no beard, probably not. I don't know.
Really? So who cares if it's fat or not?
I'd
If
say
they
I think
thought
it's
of you,
flattering,
couldn't they?
maybe, but
even they could have thought of George Clooney, but they thought of you. Like,
which
who
makes me
cares?
like if you have the choice between thinking about George Clooney and thinking of me, I gotta think something's wrong with you. Like, let's be fucking
that's
realistic.
Wise logic.
Yeah.
But she knows that she can't get George Clooney, but she thinks she might have a
The
shot
fantasy
with you.
has
So,
to be real.
Yeah.
so the fact that she's telling you maybe
What is
she's
she- what
trying
is
to
she-
turn you on to get.
What does she look like? What do we talk about on the scale?
An ugly chick.
How about a 5?
A 5? Yeah, I could deal with that.
What about a 4?
Yeah, I'm pushing it.
4.5.
All right.
What?
In the interest of compromise.
So the answer to that, I guess, would be for a guy's point of view. I think we're cool with it as long as she's not overly fucking.
And if she's not telling you through your window at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, but on the opposite spectrum, I would never ever tell a girl that I masturbated
No,
to her.
definitely not.
That's creepy to me. Unless it's my girlfriend. I tell my girlfriend all the time, "Hey, I jerked off to you." I never do, but I would tell her that I masturbate to her. Of course.
Yeah. If honestly, if I ever like heard a guy tell a girl that, I would immediately probably go online and look for their picture on either like a pedophile website or like some sexual.
Are we talking
website.
about like approaching someone at the grocery store
Yeah,
and
that's
saying,
exactly.
"Hey, like I jerk off to you"? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
well,
fucking
that's
sick.
fucking
That's because I think it was. I'm not going to say the company, but it's a lot.
A coworker?
Yeah,
It was a coworker that said
Yeah.
it to her?
A lot like.
But a friendly coworker? Like a...
Well, we didn't get that far. It was just a question.
it's all taken in context then.
Yeah.
Because if it's somebody that you grew up with... That's
Yeah.
weird, I guess. But if it's like a friend that you think might be interested in you, then it's still a little weird.
You got to know. You got to test the waters before you can make
Yeah,
a
you
statement
don't
like
just
that,
come out,
though.
You don't just come right out and say, "Hey, I fucking
Yeah, just to come out and say that, like you
Stroke
got to
my-
have some serious like
Yeah.
flirt time in.
Yeah.
Hey, I stroked my purple-headed warrior to you." Ugh,
Purple
no,
Darth Vader helmet.
No way. So yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you on that. And I'll need Slowmar to read me the one from KWOW Titty Bang.
Wow, titty bang. Really.
This is the one about the. Yeah, the message, please.
I don't have access to your message.
No, it's on the Jungle Boys TV. Okay, essentially, let me paraphrase a little bit. Her name is she wants to remain anonymous, but she wants to know is why do guys in general want to watch two lesbians scissor?
Oh, it's so hot. That to me, over two girls eating each other out, is the hottest thing.
Really?
Something about their legs, the way they're always arched, like pointed up like a triangle type thing.
Yeah.
And then it just fits right in.
It's just like bumping
And
donuts.
then the just
Delicious
to know that they're
glazed donuts.
just to know that they're rubbing their nubs together.
Yeah. Don't call them nubs. That makes it bad. Also, let me say this. Here's
That's what they are. They're the
here's an
clits of-
asterisk to that. If it's all fucked up down there, like I don't want to see two squids making out. So as long as it's like nice and tucked away, like I can go for it.
Really?
But if it's all fucked up, like an empty nut sack just flapping around
like
down
the
there,
stereotypical beef curtains.
yeah,
ones.
exactly. Yeah, fuck that. I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. It takes all.
Why do
kinds.
guys like it? Because guys like naked women doing anything to each other. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
That is probably the best answer.
That's probably the best
Yeah.
answer. Yeah. Anything that involves naked chicks, guys are gonna like. I mean, that's pretty much whatever. I mean, put it on the opposite spectrum because I like to do that. Would do girls like two guys scissoring?
Like
impossible?
Scissoring?
like a ball, like balls to balls sword fighting.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
Maybe we could pose that
They don't.
questions to our female listeners.
They
How about
they
we'll
definitely-
ask that tonight on the podcast. We'll post.
I already know the answer. The overwhelming majority is going to be girls do not like gay sex, guys.
I don't think
they hate it.
women like guy anything. Like
Yeah.
I don't think they watch porn.
We're fucking disgusting.
Yeah, we really are.
Who would like guy stuff? Dude?
Like I honestly wish my dick was further from my mouth, just so that there's no chance of it ever get in there.
Actually, speaking of which, didn't we have a rather disturbing experience in Los Angeles regarding said items?
I don't know. Remind me. I don't know.
I don't really want to get into it. It had to do with what was on TV late at night.
Oh, yeah,
one
one
night
day.
when three of us
Yeah, you might as
knuckleheads were
well.
sitting in a fucking
yeah.
bed.
So yeah. Long story short, we didn't do absolutely anything in Los Angeles. We stayed in every single night, and one night it was me, Ben, and Chris Knuckles, who was actually supposed to be on this podcast with us. Our friend of ours, moved to Dallas, and we're all sitting on the bed. A queen size bed, all three of us. We changed the channel, and on HBO, there's the old good stuff. Real Sex comes
the
on.
pornocopia.
And
Oh, yeah.
all about sex. So it's us three guys. We're just watching fucking naked girls, porn. Then all of a sudden, the special gay section comes on, and it's nothing but dudes having sex, like raw, like big time. And we're just all
I think the look on
uncomfortable.
all of our faces was probably pretty fucking priceless.
Yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable. I never watched
That
gay-
was pretty uncomfortable.
I
to
never
say the
watched
least.
gay sex. I mean, I watched gay sex, but not with my friends.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yes.
We okay. It wasn't gay sex per se, but we somehow discovered a friend of ours on a website who masturbated.
Yeah.
but he was in the room, so I don't think we just somehow discovered it.
What?
I think he like we can't say his name.
Can't say his
Come
name.
on, man.
No, we
We'll tell you
can't.
off the air. I'm sure anyone
Yeah.
that in the know knows.
Yeah.
One of our really good friend who has a big name
Yeah.
is on a
Oh, I gotcha.
is on a website
I got you.
Masturbating.
Well,
Yeah.
with him, it doesn't surprise me, and like he does that everywhere and anywhere. So really,
Yeah.
it's not that shocking.
Another story just off the top of my head about guys watching porn together. With Tom Lawler, actually, we went and bought a Tom Lawler, the UFC fighter Tom Lawler. We on the way back from Gainesville one time, we stopped at a sex shop.
Oh yeah, we did.
And we had this idea out of nowhere just to buy this You stick your dick. You
It's a
mix,
mold.
A mold, a dick mold. You mix it together. You stick your boner on it.
I've
and
heard of those.
and it molds your dick.
Yeah, like so you can make a dildo of your own dick.
So we got the idea. Let's mold Tom's dick, and then we'll all eat stuff off it, like his dick mold.
Like no, it's
his
chocolate,
dick.
right? You made a chocolate dick.
Oh, yeah, it was chocolate, and then we ate his dick. So he tries to do it. We mix it together. We're all sitting there. I'm filming him. Sacco and Chris Knuckles are actually in the back room, like, oh, this is so gross. This is so gross. And I'm filming Tom. He's watching porn, trying to get hard for this, like jerking off the whole time. So it's like all of us sitting together watching porn. Tom's jerking off naked. I'm filming him, and then I'm mixing the cement stuff or the chocolate stuff together. And by the time we mix it and he puts it on, it's hard. The thing hardens, so he puts it on and it doesn't work, and it just ruins the whole thing.
You know what? We actually have that on
Exactly.
video, but I think it's PG enough to post if we get it converted.
If Tom will let us post that, I will post that video. It's pretty.
Yeah,
amazing.
if it hurts his career, obviously we can't post it. But it would be hysterical.
Yeah, let's move on to the very last Dear Fatso.
Okay, and this one comes from Pecan Sandy.
Pecan thing.
He wants to know, and he wrote a long message, but I don't have access to it. But he wants to know why fucking dirtbags on welfare keep coming back and asking for more free shit.
Because they keep getting it.
Yeah, I guess that's the simple answer.
You can't get if you don't ask.
Well,
We ran over this on our second Lost podcast about welfare. It just takes a certain type of person to be on it in the first place, and that type of person will take until he's told no, or is told that he has to work for it.
This goes back to my analogy. If you put food out for cats, the only thing you're going to get is more cats.
Which I like sometimes. That's fun.
Oh.
I like putting tuna fish out there and seeing all like the different type of cats that come. It's I swear to God, it's
3 welfare recipients out there picking at your tuna fish.
I mean honest, like really cats, like real cats that come up. I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, there's no like boundaries. I mean, the more kids you have, the more money you get. I mean,
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
No one's ever said no to them, so they just, of course, they're going to keep asking for and getting. I mean, these homeless people get free telephones from the government.
Yeah, that to me, I don't understand that at all. That's not a necessity.
Fucking fall downs, man.
Wait, phones? When this happen? I don't know.
Yeah, all the
They
bums
talk
have
about
phones. They get a free phone with 200 minutes a month.
For what? Who they talk to?
Fuck if I know, man.
Oh,
They all
remember the
get
guy? Speaking of going back to the beginning, when we were in Venice Beach, and we saw that homeless dude on the phone. And he's just talking, but he's talking to like Bigfoot or something like that. He was literally talking to nobody. Like, I don't think anyone's on that phone.
Yeah,
like,
I think that phone's not even
I'm
working.
like, yeah, I don't think so either. I look down and the phone is unplugged, but he's sitting there fucking talking on it to somebody or something. This is incredible.
Yes.
So, but we actually still need to name our studio.
Yeah,
that we're in.
absolutely.
So we figured we'd put up a Jungle Boy surprise bag, and whoever comes up with the best name for our studio here,
We'll get the
surprise bag.
right.
We're not telling you what's in it.
It could be a bar of gold, or I could take a dump and a big gulp and send it to you.
Yes, it could be, or it could be a combination of the two.
Combination of both.
So
Exactly.
go on to the Jungle Boys TV on Facebook, like us, and make sure that you vote for, or just write down what you think. Just put what you think we should name our little studio here. Yeah.
And I think so. And that should do it for today. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. We talked about a lot. We talked about some good, bad things and some exciting things.
Yeah,
and we'll be back next week.
Also, never forget 9/11 in our hearts forever.
Never.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.